Ever wondered what lurks within your store-bought fertilizer? It's more than just a cocktail of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. In fact, it's a synthetic blend of chemicals that, while boosting plant growth in the short term, can lead to long-term damage. You see, these fertilizers can harm the very soil they're meant to enrich, killing off beneficial microorganisms and disrupting the soil's natural ecosystem. Not to mention, the chemical runoff from these fertilizers can contaminate water sources, contributing to environmental degradation. And let's not forget about your plants. Sure, they may look pretty for a while, but prolonged exposure to these chemicals can weaken their natural defenses, making them more susceptible to pests and diseases. So if those store-bought fertilizers aren't as green as they claim, what's the alternative? Enter the world of organic fertilizers, nature's own nutrient powerhouse. In contrast to their synthetic counterparts, organic fertilizers are made from naturally occurring substances, like plant or animal waste or even powdered minerals. They are the garden's equivalent of a home-cooked meal, packed with all the wholesome goodness your plants crave. So, why switch to organic? Well, for starters, organic fertilizers help improve soil structure. Think of your soil as a sponge. A good sponge is fluffy and holds water, right? The same goes for healthy soil. Organic matter makes soil lighter and fluffier, which helps it retain more water and makes it easier for plant roots to grow. But it's not just about structure. Organic fertilizers also promote the growth of beneficial microorganisms. Imagine the soil as a bustling city, teeming with microscopic life. These tiny critters like bacteria and fungi help break down organic matter, releasing nutrients that your plants can absorb. It's like having a team of tiny chefs cooking up a nutrient-rich feast for your plants. Moreover, organic fertilizers reduce the risk of chemical runoff. Synthetic fertilizers are like a double-edged sword. They might provide quick nutrients, but they also come with the risk of leaching. This is when excess nutrients wash away into nearby water bodies, causing harmful algal blooms. However, organic fertilizers release their nutrients slowly, reducing the risk of leaching and making them a more environmentally friendly choice. And let's not forget one of the biggest perks: cost-effectiveness. Sure, you could buy organic fertilizers, but why not make them at home? With a little bit of effort and some common household waste, you can whip up a batch of organic fertilizer that's just as good, if not better, than what you'd find in stores. Plus, it's a great way to reduce waste and give a second life to things you'd normally toss in the trash. Sounds good, right? But how can you get your hands on these organic fertilizers? Stay tuned as we delve into the magic of turning kitchen scraps and yard waste into garden gold. Would you believe it if I told you that your kitchen scraps could be the key to a lush, vibrant garden? Let's delve into the world of organic fertilizers, where leftovers aren't just leftovers, they're nature's secret weapon. Picture this: you're peeling potatoes for dinner, and instead of tossing those peels into the trash, you add them to a compost bin. It doesn't seem like much of a change, right? But it's a small step that can make a big difference in your garden. Vegetable peels, coffee grounds, eggshells, these are just a few of the many kitchen scraps that can be composted into nutrient-rich organic fertilizer. These items are brimming with essential nutrients that plants crave. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, the big three in plant nutrition, they're all there in your kitchen scraps, just waiting to be unleashed. But it's not just about the nutrients. Composting these items also improves soil structure. It makes the soil lighter, fluffier, and better at holding on to water and nutrients. It's like giving your soil a spa day, and trust me, your plants will thank you. And let's not forget about the microorganisms. Composting fosters beneficial bacteria and fungi that help break down organic matter into a form plants can use. These little guys are the unsung heroes of the garden, working tirelessly to keep your plants healthy and happy. Now I know what you're thinking. But composting sounds like a lot of work. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's easier than you might think. All it takes is a bit of time, a bit of patience, and a willingness to get your hands a little dirty. So, the next time you're about to throw away those coffee grounds or banana peels, think twice. Those kitchen scraps could be the secret to a thriving garden. And the best part? It's all natural, it's all organic, and it's all right there in your kitchen. But wait, there's more to this organic fertilizer story. Your yard waste is not just trash, it's potential treasure for your garden. Picture this: you've just finished a long day of gardening. You're left with a pile of leaves, grass clippings, and small branches. Instead of bagging it up and tossing it to the curb, why not give it a second life? Yes, you heard it right. Your yard waste can be composted to create a rich organic fertilizer brimming with nutrients for your plants. Composting isn't rocket science. It's nature's way of recycling. When leaves fall in the forest, they decompose and enrich the soil naturally. We're just speeding up that process a bit. The breakdown of organic matter by earthworms, bacteria, and fungi results in compost, a crumbly substance that smells like a walk in the woods. This nutrient-packed powerhouse can do wonders for your garden, improving soil structure, providing essential nutrients, and stimulating healthy root development. So, what can you compost? Plenty. Leaves, grass clippings, and small branches make excellent brown material which provides carbon. But to balance it out, you'll need green materials too, which provide nitrogen. These can be fruit and vegetable scraps from your kitchen, coffee grounds, or even eggshells. However, not everything goes into the compost pile. Avoid using diseased plants, weeds with seeds, or any material treated with chemicals, as these can harm your compost and eventually, your garden. Creating compost is like baking a cake. Layer your green and brown materials, add a bit of water and let nature do its thing. Turn your compost pile every few weeks to help it decompose evenly. In a few months, you'll have a heap of black gold, ready to nourish your plants. Remember, patience is key. Composting is a slow process, but the reward is worth the wait. Not only will you be reducing waste and helping the environment, but you'll also be creating a sustainable source of nutrients for your garden. Now, are you ready to make your very own organic fertilizer? Roll up your sleeves, it's time to create your homemade organic fertilizer. Fear not, it's as easy as pie and definitely less messy than baking one. Let's start with composting, the star of our DIY show. Compost is nature's way of recycling. It's a simple process that transforms your kitchen scraps and yard waste into nutrient-rich food for your plants. So how do we do it? First, you'll need a compost bin or pile. You can purchase a bin or make your own using wooden pallets. The choice is yours, and remember, your bin doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to hold your compost. Next, let's talk ingredients. Your compost pile needs a balanced diet, just like we do. We're talking greens and browns. Greens are your kitchen scraps like fruit and vegetable peels, coffee grounds, and eggshells. Browns are your yard waste like fallen leaves, grass clippings, and small branches. A good rule of thumb is to aim for a ratio of 3 parts browns to 1 part greens. Now it's time to get layering. Start with a layer of browns at the bottom of your bin, followed by a layer of greens. Continue this pattern until your bin is full, or you run out of materials. Then comes the waiting game. Composting is a slow process, and it can take anywhere from 2 to 6 months for your compost to fully mature. During this time, make sure to turn your compost pile every few weeks to help speed up the decomposition process. And voila! After a little patience and a lot of turning, you'll have rich, dark compost ready to feed your plants. This homemade organic fertilizer is packed with nutrients and beneficial microorganisms that will help your garden thrive. And there you have it, your own batch of homemade organic fertilizer ready to supercharge your garden. Remember, good things take time, and this is a labor of love for your plants and our planet. So, what are you waiting for? Let's get composting. So why go through all this trouble of making homemade organic fertilizer? Well, the answer lies in the soil beneath our feet. Organic fertilizers, unlike their synthetic counterparts, enhance the soil structure. They increase its ability to retain water and nutrients, fostering a conducive environment for beneficial microorganisms to thrive. And this in turn leads to stronger, healthier plants. But the benefits don't stop at your garden's edge. By opting for organic, you're also reducing the risk of harmful chemical runoff that can pollute our rivers and oceans. And let's not forget that by recycling kitchen scraps and yard waste, you're cutting down on landfill waste. It's a win-win situation, really. Just imagine your small act of making homemade organic fertilizer doesn't just contribute to a flourishing garden, but also to a healthier planet. So next time you think about your garden, remember that the choice of fertilizer matters not just for your plants but for the world.